Hi, Ion Washington is back to encourage all of you to sell all your equities and get out from under Wall Street's clutches. Those of us here at Ion Washington have been spot on with the idea that all average Americans sell off all their Wall Street holdings. What we are now hearing are others recommending this very same idea. Michael Moore just came out saying this very same thing. In his What Not to Do list, one recommendation was to sell off all the biggest Wall Street investment banking stocks immediately, as well as all other Wall Street stock holdings. Dylan Ratigan, a new MSNBC outspoken patriot, has been calling the Wall Street investment banks thieves, which are being backstopped by the Federal Reserve's $23 trillion created by Ben Bernanke's printing press in the Federal Reserve's basement. He has monetized the United States debt and created $23 trillion to protect the investment banking syndicates' off-balance sheet toxic securities and derivatives debts, which amounts to trillions of dollars. We now have Robert Rubin, Larry Summers, Gary Gensler, Timmy Geithner, and Ben Bernanke, all former Alan Greenspan team members, now playing on President Obama's economic team. They all were involved in forcing Congress back in 1998 to forbid regulation in the shadow banking derivatives market, which was a significant cause of the economic crisis. And they all are whispering in President Obama's ear as he directs our economic recovery plan. He has on board the biggest gatekeepers of the biggest Ponzi scheme scamming crisis that took down the economy. The regulatory pushbackers are driving Obama's economic ship. Are we to believe the new I now got economic religion converts? I don't believe a word they are saying. They have not done anything to stop the banks from robbing the Treasury and damaging the real economy. What is the Federal Reserve's plan? It is my belief that Ben Bernanke is pushing the equities market up as high as he can through quantitative easing policy as he prints money and loans it out to the biggest Wall Street banksters in order for them to grow their balance sheets to new highs, improving their profits by squeezing the taxpayer via the U.S. Treasury. Once the profits can reach new highs and the dollar can fall as low as possible, the Wall Street investment banking bosses will write off their balance sheet toxic securities and derivatives debt with a devalued dollar, since those debts will also be at their lowest street value. At that point, Ben Bernanke will likely raise Treasury bond interest rates to prevent foreign currency buyers, sovereign wealth funds, and foreign central banks from abandoning or selling off the dollar and bonds. The next outcome will be fewer home sales, even fewer credit borrowers, and higher prices while wages remain low. Over the last year, Tim Geithner and the FDIC could not find a single sucker to buy these toxic debts, even with the sweet deals that the Obama team had put together. As the dollar falls, wages fall too. We have deflation of our dollar, therefore the things we buy cost more dollars to purchase them, such as groceries and fuel and utilities and tuition and more. The American worker is seeing credit card interest rates going up to 30%, no doubt because these credit card companies are seeing 20 to 30% default rates. They are all on shaky ground. Will they get a bailout too? Sheila Baird says no. Let us teach Wall Street, President Obama, and Congress a lesson and sell off all our equities by the end of the year or sooner. Sell off before you are sold out. If you have a 401k, then move all those savings into a money market fund. If you own stocks, bonds, or mutual funds outright, sell them off and move those holdings into a local bank in your area and buy a CD or remain liquid in a savings account, or buy a reasonable rental property or an empty piece of ground. Otherwise, you may continue to pay broker fees for stock losses yet to come. It is time to get out and tell Wall Street that you are not going to play their fraudulent games any longer. This is eyeonwashington.blogspot.com. That's EYE-on-washington.blogspot.com. I thank you for listening. I hope you pass this information along, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.